Hello everyone, I am Ben Gonzalez, and because my showcasing of the Pokemon Center life-size Vaporeon video actually got a lot more views than my long-form videos usually get, I decided to go ahead and for this year I want to try and make more long-term sort of videos alongside, of course, these shorts that everyone else seems to really enjoy. And right here, I wanted to go ahead and provide myself a little bit of a challenge here. What I got here is a gigantic yellow large Lego crate. This is part of the Lego Creators line, and essentially what they do is that they give you a whole ton of colorful generic pieces to basically make whatever you want to, unless you want to go ahead and use the reference instructions that the box comes with. But I wanted to go ahead and provide myself a challenge and give myself roughly around 10 minutes to go ahead and see what exactly my brain can come up with. And I think this will also help bring me back to a more of a simpler time, because Legos were a very huge part of my childhood. And right off that, one of the major things that you actually get in this box, which I have actually never gotten before in a Lego set, this is called a brick separator. This is a piece that doesn't seem to come in as often in Lego sets as they usually should, but it basically gives you all sorts of different ways of separating different Lego pieces that you need to get separated, which is most definitely a issue that lots of creators usually tend to go through when it comes to building these. So yeah, I'm just going to give myself roughly around 10 minutes to see what exactly I can build. And meanwhile, all of you can go ahead and reminisce on what you possibly grew up with as well, because chances are if you're watching this video, you probably enjoyed Legos pretty much just as much as I did when I was a kid. Because I remember it was like way back in the day. I was still in elementary school, I believe, and I got my very first ever Lego set, because I believe the first Lego thing I actually ever experienced was Lego Star Wars, the video game on the GameCube, the one that came out with just episode 1, 2, and 3, which, you know, is very much a very great childhood sort of game that I'm pretty sure lots of people also grew up with. And then, of course, they came out with the original trilogy and, of course, the complete saga afterwards. And then after that is when I went ahead and got my very first Lego set, which was a Lego Star Wars A-Wing, I believe it was. It was one of the oldest sort of models back when the characters would still use the generic sort of smiley Lego head design that is not usually used as often as back then. Nowadays, they've gotten a lot more detailed when it comes to the designs of their minifigures, which is nice, but there's something nostalgic about the way they used to look. Not to mention Legos were way cheaper back in the day too, because nowadays you're pretty much paying premium for any sort of Lego related set, especially if it's a licensed one, which I think is a good thing to have these kind of pieces where it leaves a lot more to the imagination, because that's what Lego was more or less originally marketed as, until they got more interested in like licensed sort of properties. And it looks like the thing here comes with a lot of different types of wheels and tires, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to try to make some sort of car-esque sort of design and see where I can go from there, because it gives us tires of various different sizes. Like, I don't even know if I've ever seen that kind of look before. So yeah, let me see what else I can find here. But yeah, I used to get a whole bunch of different types of Legos back in the day. I was there when they created more original different properties like Bionicle, Ninjago, all those different ones, which some of them are still used to this day. Which is nice that some of them are still being used, but lots of the time they're more interested in doing licensed properties like Star Wars, of course. Which, you know, makes sense, you know, with Star Wars being such a popular property to do licenses of, it would make sense for them to make more Legos based on that. Not to mention, they've also been collaborating with Nintendo recently with the new Lego Pokemon sets and the Lego Legend of Zelda set, which are, when you want to talk about overpriced, those are most definitely overpriced. So let me see. I guess since I got all of the, pretty much all of the wheel designs here all done, I can more or less get to the main actual body of it, and for that I'm gonna need one piece, sort of like, we go like this here, then go like that there, go something like that, and then, one thing that's really cool is they actually come with clear translucent pieces, which is pretty cool. You don't see those coming very often with these kind of sets. Which again, I think it's cool that they provide these kind of sets for people, because it goes to show that Lego can still be used via, like, you know, imagination. So if we go, see if I could find, get something like that here. But yeah, I don't know what it was, but something really wanted me to see what kind of, like, things that Lego has been coming out more recently. Because not too long ago, I actually did a video, actually it was probably a few years ago at this point, where I did one of when they released Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which I thought was a pretty good game, but I feel like it doesn't really hold a candle to the original Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, because I feel like it's kind of difficult to really surpass that game in terms of just like Lego in general, although that may just be nostalgia talking for the most part. But you know, nostalgia can go a pretty long way, and it also helps that the game itself was still really fun to do and still fun to play to this day. I actually had played it not too long ago, and I've been seeing a lot of people have actually been doing videos and shorts of them either talking about it or they're playing the game for the first time, which is sometimes seeing people play stuff that is like their first time playing it, but it's something that you grew up watching. It can sometimes be, it could be interesting because it could be somewhat like relatable in a strange kind of way, because, you know, back then before you were like super like knowledgeable of the game, you played it for the first time too. And sometimes I kind of feel that way when watching stuff like that. Yeah, I remember back when I used to not know how the game would work and I would just play the game normally. Nowadays, I know the game pretty much from more or less front to back. But the game still has like lots of replayability as well. Let's see if they have, trying to find how many of these flat 1x4 pieces they got in here, because I want to see if I can make this little bit right there, see if I could try to make this longer. Although with it being low to the ground like this, it might be a bit difficult. Let's see if I put these four like that.
It's 10 minutes.
Okay. It doesn't feel like it's already been going for 10 minutes. I guess when you get occupied doing stuff like this, time tends to go by pretty quickly. See, so yeah, if I go like this, you could tell that it's kind of stuck like that and it's not able to really spin around that well. So maybe if I could find ones that are of just these 3 pieces right there, maybe that'll end up helping. And I can already see not only are they actually the right measurements, but it looks like all of them are actually color coordinated as well. Let's see if subtracting 1 stud bit here can actually help it. Yeah, that pretty much, that helps. Yeah, that helps somewhat. It still sort of like hits the table a little bit.
It'd be nice if they had bigger wheels.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if they have larger ones like that. Yeah, because those ones are just like that. Maybe if I go ahead and make this area here larger, if I could find another flat piece like this, maybe that can work. If I go like that, see if this will work here. Yeah, that's a lot better. Is there anything else that I could possibly find for this?
Uh-oh, Jackie wants to help you make Legos.
Oh boy. Either that or he wants to try to find a way to occupy the video.
Jackie. Hi, baby. Are you gonna make Legos? No.
Okay, what if I go like this and like that? And then go like
You
this.
look awfully pretty, Jackie.
Okay, that looks kind of cool. And then we go like that, and then anything that doesn't smell like him, he immediately has to just rub his face in it. Okay, that's actually turning out better than I thought it would. How much time does it say is left on there?
You're at you're at 13 minutes.
Okay. What else could I do? What if I went like this? Because one thing about this box in particular is that it also comes with various flat pieces that are, I guess, are meant to be like eyes in case you want to make like certain animals.
Oh.
And then they come with these, like, what I like to call headlight pieces. I don't know if that's their official name, but if you go like this, and then if I found a way, like if I took these off and put them to the side, it could almost look like they had eyes. Which might look interesting, but also might look slightly off-putting. So, what if I go like
A car with
this?
eyes? Yeah, are you gonna make a car with eyes? It's a good idea, Jack.
So if I go like this, and then put a piece here like that. If I had a piece that was like longer like this, I probably could be able to make this a whole lot longer. Yeah, I might have to try that the next time I try to make some sort of challenge like this. yeah, I think this looks just about pretty good right here. You can see it right there. And I managed to make it so that while it's not 100% hovering off of the ground, the propeller on the back of it still is able to do.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah,
That's good.
and then the ultimate test of any sort of vehicle, how far can it go? So let's go ahead, let's see if it can make it to Jackie's tail. If it does, then the propel is actually rather well.
Oh! You got ran
Okay.
over, Jack.
Okay, that's actually a lot smoother than I thought it would be. Considering the ridges on these tires here, I wouldn't expect it to actually roll as smooth
Oh!
as smooth as it does.
Jack, where'd it go?
Okay, it looks like this thing's still in one piece.
There it is.
So yeah, little things like these are rather like, there's a bit of like de-stressing that comes with like building like a little Lego set like that. You know, they don't always have to be, you know, licensed properties of like all these different things, and you don't always have to follow like an instruction in order to make something that's like memorable. Although I'm not quite sure how memorable it is if Jackie's face is going to be like that. So as you can see right there,
Sorry.
for some reason I went ahead and gave it 2 windshields, and then I also put 2 translucent colored pieces on the left side and also on the other side as well. I'm not quite sure if you can notice the color difference on there.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, that means somebody could be up top and somebody could be in the bottom.
Yeah, maybe the one who's on the bottom actually controls the vehicle part, and then the one on top controls this part here.
Mm.
Who knows, maybe if I got another one of these that came with something resembling wings, maybe that can make this propeller here make a little bit more sense. But yeah, I just wanted to go back to like a simpler time when building Legos was like one of the most like fun possible things that you could do when you're a kid, and then you could just end up getting little memorable stuff like that. So yeah, go ahead in the comment section down below if you enjoyed this. Go ahead and let me know what nostalgic memories you all have if you grew up building Legos like I did, and if you want to go ahead and see me make another one of these and possibly give me ideas on potential things that I could try to build, go ahead and let me know about those as well. And until I see you all next time with whatever short or long form video I decide to make, I am Ben Gutierrez, and bye.